Our final speaker tonight
is Mike McCorkle, a team manager of Dayton's Invincible Regulating Striders drill team. From his social media page, he says, I brag different. 15 years, 7 world titles, 1 AMA USA title, thousands taught, 1 man, 1 vision,
community enrichment.
Oh, nice.
Well done. Welcome, Mike McCorkle.
Thank you. I am somebody and I will be successful in whatever it is I decide to do. It's something that we teach our students at IRS. For the last 15 years, my goal has been to take back our community one step at a time, step meaning progress or in routine. Welcome to the world of drill teams. At one point, Dayton had more than 15 drill teams. In the early 60s, the tradition started, inspired by Central State Invincible Marching Marauders, who marched in parades on West 3rd Street. A lot of the drill teams had drum line with a dance line and uniforms. A lot of the teams wore cowboy hats. This is no more cowboy hats. IRS drill team from Dayton, Ohio. We compete nationally, and we've won 5 world titles, 7 national titles in both junior and senior divisions. Our motto is the best of the best. When we perform, all eyes is on us. We aim to perform, to compete, and to impress. Our routines are generally 8 to 10 minutes long. Drums, spoken words, drills, whistle blowing, feet stomping, hip shaking, and stunts. We entertain. How does this all come together? Back in the 60s, the teams were supported by fraternal organizations or recreation centers, the Shriners, the Oaks, Dakota Centers, Linda Center, and the VFW. You can probably guess why. It used to be more military precision and less artistic back then. In the 70s and 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, every recreation center on the west side had a drill team of their own. These teams give youth something to be proud of. It gives them a sense of belonging. Most importantly, it keeps them out of trouble and off the streets. This was probably the height of drill teams. Around 1998, things started to thin out. Recreation centers closed, fundings dried up, teams consolidated and had to find new homes. When we started in 2001, there was somewhere between 12 to 15 drill teams. We started at the YMCA in Jefferson Township on Dayton Liberty Road. It's now a charter school. 25 people showed up, entering into an arena that was dominated by females. It wasn't easy getting started. We had to kind of get in where we fit in. 2004, we competed in our first national competition in Atlanta. We won nationals in juniors and seniors, but we didn't win globally. Our big innovation was black boots instead of the traditional white ones. We brought something fresh and new to the table. Okay. The IRS became known for a style that incorporated pageantry, hip-hop, a touch of cheerleading, stunts, and some military on the side. Basket tosses, pinwheels, military drills, kicks, and drill steps, all in one performance. This was our first round in AMAs in 2013. Detroit, we won our first world competition in 2008. Competing against teams from Kansas City, Buffalo, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Ohio, Louisiana, Baltimore. There may not have been any teams internationally, but hey, you got to show up to compete, to win, right? Winning that championship had me on an all-time high. Unfortunately, I also had started an addiction to painkillers after a surgery on my knee. The high from the painkillers allowed me to escape. My dad was diagnosed with cancer. I lost my job. And the list goes on. In 2012, 13, 14, and 15, we won world championships again. Amazingly, we did this as my addiction had evolved from pain pills to heroin and cocaine. Without my understanding of how my addiction was hurting the thing that I love, I managed to keep things together. On May 2015, on my way to rehearsal, one of my former students stopped me. We talked for a minute, and her mom came to the door and said, "Tiffany, why are you talking to that crackhead?" Long pause in our conversation. As reality stormed to my life, my addiction wasn't just hurting myself. 11 months, one day I've been clean. I believe that Dayton's Invincible Regulating Striders drill team saved my life. Had it not been for the love of my students, I don't think I could have had the power to put the needle away. Right now, we've got 12 juniors, 22 seniors, a drum line of 14, and 10 volunteers that support me and my organization. We're in the process of finally getting 501c3 registration. We've got the beginnings of a website, and we're on our way to Baltimore for our next World Championship. I could have told this story without sharing my battle with addiction, but I come to you in honesty. I come to you with the hopes that my story may give someone else the strength to admit that they have a problem, to seek help, and to step up to the plate. If there's one thing that's required to perform on this level, it's determination. We practice at Fort McKinley Church on Siebenthaler twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays from 6 to 8 o'clock. To be on the team, you have to maintain a GPA of 2.5 and doing something, and you must be willing to stay out of trouble. If you haven't seen one of our performances, you can look at our website and see a sample, or look us up on YouTube. The hardest thing to do is to describe what we do in 20 still slides, 20 seconds each. But I hope you all have become a fan now that you know our story. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for having us.
We'd like to thank Mike again for his presentation.
That was fabulous. Well done. Thank you, Mike.